The live action version of One Piece is out there on Netflix finally, and honestly, it doesn't look like it's disappointing the fan base. In the middle of the show, though, there's an interesting conversation between Luffy and his mentor, who gives him some great advice as he's on his path to becoming a leader, becoming the pirate that he's meant to be. What's that advice and how does it apply to us? Join us today on Geek Devotions as we talk about it. Hello, Devoted Geeks, and welcome to Geek Devotions, a show from Devoted Geeks, who are devoted to letting you know you're loved. I'm Dallas. I'm so glad you've hit the play button. If you're new to our show, we take geek, pop culture items like movies, video games, comics, and we use them to let you know that you're loved. So if you don't watch past this moment, know this: we love you, we care about you. There is a plan and a purpose for your life. Do not give up. As I said in my intro, the live action version of One Piece is out, and like I said, it's not bad. I'm enjoying it. I've legitimately enjoyed it. I'm not the biggest One Piece fan. I've just started really watching the anime recently, but I'm enjoying what I'm seeing on the screen. From what I'm hearing from the community, it's a banger of a series that you should check out also. It is Luffy's dream to become the greatest pirate ever, the Pirate King, and he is passionate about it. But as a young man, he really was not ready for that journey ahead of him. And he thought at one point in time that in order to really be a pirate, he had to have scars because he saw all the other pirates having scars. He saw his mentor had scars, saying that he had the scars to prove that he had been on a journey. So Luffy scarred himself. Later, while being patched up, Luffy says that he did it because he wanted to prove that he wasn't scared, that he could be like all the other pirates. And he was told very frankly, but very clearly, it's not the scars that make you a man, but rather it's the lesson you learned from the scars. And that, my friends, is an interesting conversation because Luffy is passionate. He wants to be a pirate. He wants to do whatever he can to do it, but he doesn't understand what that means. To understand the greater scale of it and what his mentor is trying to teach him is like, look, there's a journey ahead of you. You have to be patient. We all have something that we're passionate about, something that we want to achieve. Maybe it's a certain kind of job. Maybe it's a position in the job you have. Maybe it's simply the status of being a mother or a father. There are things that are inside of you that you're like, I crave this. I desire to be this. And you're working for that. But as you progress towards whatever's ahead of you, sometimes it becomes frustrating, because you feel like you're not progressing fast enough. You're not getting to the point that you need to be. And that begins to play on the mind and you begin to struggle. You begin to think, well, maybe there's a shortcut. Maybe I need to do this. Maybe you need to do something drastic, like when Luffy scarred himself because he thought that's what it took to be a pirate. But the reality is that the journey of getting to where we need to be is just as important as arriving. As we grow, as we learn to progress to whatever the job it is, to be whatever it is that God has for us in the future, those lessons we learn in life is what makes us better at those things when we arrive. But as we do this, again, it can grow on us. We can become weary. We can become frustrated. But we're reminded of something in the scriptures. Galatians 6:9, let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. This is not a long conversation today, guys. Don't grow weary while doing good. There are things that God's put inside of you, passions and desires to achieve certain great things. Do not give up on trying to reach this. For some of you, you've been trying so hard for so long and it's frustrating. You want to give up. I understand. I really do. But don't get weary. If it's something that God's truly put inside of you, continue moving forward. Continue walking it out. Continue to seek God's face in the process. Continue to do what you need to do to achieve what God's put in front of you. I'm not talking from a position as if I have everything in the world. There are things, there are passions God's put inside of me. There are goals that are in front of me that I've yet to achieve, that I want to walk in and I want to have, not just for myself, but for other greater purposes. And I understand the frustration. I understand the weariness. Just a few weeks ago, I found myself frustrated because there were things I wanted to do. I wanted to walk in, but I'm not able to do it. And I was mentally drained. And it took friends, took people to come around me to encourage me to go, Dallas, it's okay. One step at a time. Walk this out. You got this. You need community. You need people in your life who can do that on a regular basis to help you walk this out. If you don't have community, I want to encourage you, find one. We did a devotion several months ago during Anime April that was kind of based around this, about why Luffy is the greatest pirate captain and also a great leader. But a lot of that devotion revolved around the idea of community. We need that. We need a community to surround us, to help us, so that when we are starting to become weary, we can be strengthened and we can walk in what God has for us. Question of the week for you guys. This seems to be a really great live action anime. So my question for you guys, what's another great live action anime or maybe a live action version of a cartoon that you grew up on that you love, that you're like, man, this is actually really good, leave a comment down below and let me know. I also want to remind you guys, we have several podcasts that we do here at Geek Devotions, between the Gundam Launch, where we talk about mostly Gundam, We Read Allegedly, where we talk about books, The Bottom Shelf, where we talk about terrible movies, and then also Comm Talk by Geek Devotions, which is a general geekery podcast where we talk about updates happening here at Geek Devotions and other aspects of geek culture. And we have another episode of Geek Comm Talk coming out this Sunday. And if you're not subscribed, go check it out. If you are one of our devoted Patreon geeks, though, you've had access to that episode since last week. And if you'd like to become a devoted Patreon geek and help to support the channel here and also get a few perks, check out our website, geekdevotions.com, where you can find all the information there. But like I said, to our devoted Patreon geeks, thank you guys so much. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for helping us to do what we do on a regular basis. I also invite you guys that if you enjoy today's content, maybe you can't help support us financially, but you want to help support us nonetheless, share this video out, hit the like button, and share it with somebody who you know needs to hear this message and not grow weary while doing good. Until next time, stay devoted, peace and love.